taking time out of your busy schedules to view this recorded webinar. We host this webinar annually to take the time to discuss what is going on in the industry for 403Bs and review some items that we find important for your school's plan. My name is Tiffany Jorgensen, and I will be presenting today. I work within the third-party administration department for 403B consultants and retirement plan consultants. I am the main point of contact, and I am happy to help should you have questions or need assistance. Today's agenda is to cover the history of 403B plan documents, retention and review, contribution monitoring, participant education, audit support, website review, and then we'll wrap it up with conclusion and how to contact us. Let's get started with the history of the 403B plan. Back in the 2007-2008 timeframe, the IRS and DOL stepped in and wanted to get the 403B organized and easier to monitor. So they required these plans to get a plan document in place by January 1st, 2009. This is where we began with most of you. The plan document outlines the provisions of the plan. In 2015, the IRS introduced the Pension and Protection Act to update 403B documents similar to what they had done in the 401k world. This was a 5-year project start to finish. Steps included a period of accepting submissions of document prototypes. Then they had a review period. They released the final document prototype in May of 2017 and gave us until March 31st, 2020 to have all 403B plans updated to this restated document completed. We have completed this for all plans. You should have a copy of the updated signed documents. We will talk more about this later in the presentation. An additional item that was updated in 403B plans was the hardship distribution. Since this update was during the same period of the plan restatement, this was included in your recent update. It can be found in the addendum at the back of your adoption agreement. We will also go into more details about this update later in the presentation. It is important to have a third-party administrator to keep you informed of current and future legislation. 403B consultants will notify you by mail or email when an update is needed. Next, we will talk about plan documents. Record retention. As you remember, we recently updated your document. You will want to replace the old copies with new, as with most current and up-to-date version. It is important to know and understand what provisions your plan has so that you are operating the same as what is outlined in your plan document. If you find that the plan is not operating the same, we can do an amendment to fix that and keep the plan in compliance. The next few slides, we will look at sample portions of the document to help you find where some common provisions are located within the document. I know when you receive that 40-page document, it can be overwhelming to know where to even start. If you have a specific item you're looking for, we will break it down and make it a little less intimidating. First, we will start with eligibility. Eligibility issues can be found in Section B. Who is eligible? Is your plan available to all eligible employees, including full-time and part-time common law employees who are eligible to participate in another salary deferral plan you sponsor, such as a 403B plan, a 401k, or a 457 plan? Employees who contribute at least $200 per year. Employees who normally work 20 hours per week or more. This can be found in Section B, eligibility. All provisions will be listed, but the one with an X in the box next to the provision are the ones that apply to your plan. What type of contributions are allowed in your plan? Does your plan allow for Roth or employer non-elective contributions? We can find this by looking at Section A, General Information. There will be, again, an X in the Yes box if your plan allows for these types of contributions within the plan. A common question is when employees can start, stop, or make changes to the amount they contribute. Participants can stop at any time should they decide to. To find out when they can either start or restart or do a modification, we would look in Section C, Contributions, Elective Deferrals. The options can vary from each pay period, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, but it would need to be at least once per calendar year. Distributions. There are several types of distributions in 2 sections of the document dedicated to distributions. The information we can find in these sections are the normal retirement age of the plan, if the plan allows for distributions at this age or early retirement, or a specified age such as 59 and a half while still working. Hardship distribution. Are these allowed in the plan? We can find out within the in-service distribution section of the document. Hardship distributions are allowed for certain circumstances determined by the IRS. The IRS has outlined 6 reasons for hardship distribution. They also require documentation that show the amount requested. They are only allowed for the amount of the hardship and nothing addition. However, the tax or tax penalty can be included in the distribution amount. Reasons for hardship include medical expenses of the participant, spouse, or dependent not paid by insurance, the down payment on the primary residence, tuition and fee for families' higher education needs for the next 12 months, eviction or foreclosure on your primary residence, funeral expenses for immediate family, expenses for repair or damage to the principal residence that would qualify for casualty deduction. As we had discussed previously in this recording, in 2018, there were some changes made to hardship distributions. There is an addendum at the end of the plan document that covers more of the changes to the hardship. The most notable change for the 403B plan is they no longer require a mandatory 6-month suspension from participation. Does your plan allow for loans, exchanges, or transfers to buy service credits? These are located in Section G, in service distributions. Contribution monitoring. Let's talk about the limits and how much can be deferred into the plan per calendar year. Employee deferral limits have increased. Important to note that if a participant has employee pre-tax and employee Roth contributions, the total of those must be combined and cannot exceed the limit. In 2020, participants can defer $19,500. For those aged 50 years and older, they can defer an additional $6,500 for a max deferral amount of $26,000. It is also important to make sure deferrals are then made to the plan in a timely manner. The DOL rule is contributions should be made within 7 days of a pay period, but if you normally make them within 2 or 3, then they would be considered late on day 4. Most payroll systems have a feature that allows you to track contribution limits for employees to notify you in order to prevent over-deferring. Participant education. You will want to keep a file documentation of all staff being offered the plan. This can be by keeping an enrollment form or waiver on file or an attendance sheet to a staff training. Additionally, staff need to receive a copy of the summary plan description. This can be by email, posted to a staff website, or kept in a central location for them to reference. This should be done annually. If participants have questions about anything concerning the 403B plan, we are always happy to assist. You can give out my email or phone number. I will have this at the end of the recording. I do want to note that 403B account is a separate account from the state pension program such as net worth, and I do not have access or any information for them on that pension program. Next, we will cover audit support. I haven't seen any activity, but we are always here to help. Key items in audit are: know where your signed and most current plan document is and have it on hand. Make sure you are operating in the same manner outlined in the document. Have documentation of employee education and forms in the employee files. Make sure contributions are made timely and don't exceed the limit. Again, we are here to help if needed. The 403B plan website. Our web address is www.403bplan.net. I'm going to go to the website and show you where you can locate some of the items. It's very important to always make sure you have the most current forms. If you have questions about which form to use, I'm always happy to answer your questions. For enrollment, the forms are located under Plan Participants in the Enroll Now area of the site. They will need the enrollment form application and the salary reduction form. If they choose not to enroll, the employee waiver form is also located out here. Additional forms that they may need along the way are under operational forms, such as rollover form to transfer money into their 403B, take a loan, change or update their beneficiary, take a distribution of any kind, personal information change, such as address or name changes, and make changes to their investments. They can also click here to log into their account. Under the plan sponsor area of the website, you are also can get to the website by clicking here to log in to enter your contributions for the plan. We also have some videos for you to look at, services such as the forms. They're all located out here for you. Our address, our email link here. Those are all available by going to the website. I know we covered a lot of information in this annual recording, and I know you'll be very relieved to know there's not a quiz, so you can breathe easy. To review what we did cover, try to keep your most current signed plan documents in both electronic file and a paper copy in an easy-to-find place. Make sure you're operating the same as what the plan document says. Keep on file documentation of employees being offered the plan and receiving either a copy of the summary plan description or having it located in a specific location. I'm always happy to assist you or your employees With questions, I can be reached by phone at our toll-free 1-888-770-2577, or email. My direct address is tiffanyj@wealthfirm.info, or the general email, in case I'm out, is admin@retirementplanconsultants.net. That is the end of the recording. I would like to say thank you for your time today, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or need assistance with your plan. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, and have a good day.